Halloween. The air smelled like burning leaves and candy apples as my family drove up to a small, secluded resort about an hour from home. I was 12, filled with excitement, thinking this would be the most fun Halloween ever. The resort had just a handful of cabins, a main lodge, a lake, and an open field with Halloween games and a hayride trail. The sun was setting when we checked in. My parents unpacked, while I ran off to explore. Kids in costumes dashed past me, their laughter echoing through the crisp autumn air. I met another boy my age, Ryan, wearing a skeleton outfit. We competed in games, tossed rings over bottles, and collected candy while the orange lights flickered like fireflies. As night fell, families started gathering for the hayride. We climbed aboard a creaky wagon, hay bales for seats, torches lighting the trail through the woods. The actors, in costumes, jumped out to scare us, and everyone laughed. Everything seemed normal, until we entered a darker stretch of the woods. I noticed him. A man standing motionless just beyond the torchlight. Black jacket, jeans, baseball cap low over his face. Hands in pockets. Not moving. Watching. My stomach sank. I looked around, no one else seemed to notice. I turned back toward him, and he hadn't moved. My heart raced. Something about him felt wrong. I told myself it was nothing, just a shadow, just a prank, but when the ride ended, he was gone. Or so I thought. Back at the lodge, families gathered near the bonfire. Ryan and I were collecting more candy, laughing to calm our nerves. And then I saw him again, standing off to the side, silent, watching. Not close, maybe 30 feet, but unmistakably there. Something about the way he lingered made my stomach twist. He wasn't interacting with anyone, just staring, waiting. I nudged Ryan. "Do you see that guy?" I whispered. He shrugged, nervous. "Maybe it's just a dad," he said. I wanted to believe him, but the tension made my chest tighten. The night grew colder, quieter. The crowds thinned. I tried to shake it off, but every time I glanced at the edge of the gathering, he was there, lurking. No costume, no smile, just dark eyes peering out from under a shadowed cap. As Ryan and I wandered, a trail behind the cabins caught our attention. A thin path led into the woods, perfect for a dare. "Let's go a little way," Ryan said, flashlight in hand. My pulse jumped, but I didn't want to look cowardly. We stepped onto the dirt path, leaves crunching under our shoes, deeper into silence. The farther we went, the darker it got, and then came the footsteps behind us. Heavy. Slow. Calculated. We froze. Footsteps crunching through the leaves, approaching. Not a kid's pace, this was adult, deliberate. My flashlight barely pierced the darkness. "Probably just someone messing around," Ryan whispered, but I could feel the weight of eyes on us. The footsteps stopped. Silence. And then, a voice. Calm, measured, chilling. "Hey there, boys." My heart leapt into my throat. Ryan grabbed my arm. It was him, the man from the woods. Same black jacket, same baseball cap. His presence sent ice through my veins. "You like candy," he said, holding out a small orange-wrapped candy bar. Something about the casualness of it, it didn't match the terror I felt. I knew instinctively that this wasn't normal. We were alone, in the middle of nowhere, and he knew it. He stepped closer. I felt the shadow of menace with every move. The lights of the lodge felt miles away. "Run," I whispered, gripping Ryan's hand. Our laughter from earlier had vanished, replaced with pure adrenaline. We bolted, leaving the trail behind us, the man's footsteps echoing relentlessly. Every step we took was a battle against fear. Would we make it to the lights in time? The glow of the lodge's bonfire finally came into view, giving us hope. We screamed for help, rushing into the crowd of families who stared, startled. My parents ran toward us, panic in their eyes. "What happened?" they shouted. I explained about the man, the hayride, the silent watching. Ryan corroborated every detail. Adults grabbed flashlights and combed the path, but the man was gone, vanished like a shadow. The police were called, but with no one caught in the act, there was little they could do immediately. Even with people around, my sense of security had vanished. Every rustle of leaves, every shadow in the corner of my vision made my pulse spike. I realized this man had been watching us for a long time, studying us. The thought chilled me to the bone. That night, as I lay in bed, every noise, every flicker of movement outside the window made me jump. And deep down, I knew, he wasn't done watching. The next day, the police returned, but found no trace of him. No vehicles, no signs, no footprints that mattered. The resort seemed normal, but I couldn't shake the feeling that the woods were alive with eyes. Ryan and I stayed close, talking quietly about what happened, both terrified. Weeks later, I couldn't stop imagining him standing at the edge of the crowd, silent, patient, waiting. Halloween became something I dreaded. Any shadow, any solitary figure brought back that icy grip of fear. Even now, years later, when I drive past quiet woods, I see him in my mind. Not as part of the fun, not as part of the holiday, but as a predator. And I know, had we trusted him, had we walked toward him instead of running, I might never have been here to tell this story. Sometimes, the people who seem harmless are the ones you should fear the most. And every Halloween, I remember, watch your back.